There you have it. You saw all 4 mystery videos, back to back to back to back. What do you think? What's this big surprise that's going to happen to DCHL 2014 season? What is going on? What's all this creepy stuff going on? Any thoughts?
Apparently someone's going to murder somebody else. That's what I've gathered.
You can't allow that in DCHL stuff.
I don't know. They're pretty scary videos.
There's rumors that Gold's coming back. That'll be a cold day in hell, but you know, that's not going to happen. But that's not true.
Well, All Blacks rocking their ultimate gold uniforms, so maybe that's...
Could be Cobra Kai coming back? Yeah, that's a possibility, you know. Could be a brand new team coming in. We don't know yet. Todd,
could it be something lame that nobody likes?
Your thoughts on this particular storyline and where it's going to end up at the end?
No comment.
No comment. Todd already made a guess on who he thinks the mystery center is. We find out if he's right or wrong.
Probably the best answer I've heard throughout this whole mystery storyline video.
There are clues there, so we forget the clues are right as well too. So tune in later on as well too. Now let's go to a mailbag segment. A new segment now called Viewer Mailbag. We answer one particular email, a viewer mail or email, and there was one email sent to General Manager Such. I'm going to answer. And there was one email sent to Jason Sticker.
Yep, I did get an email.
So I'm going to answer these. The first letter that I got, which was to me actually, I don't have it here per hand, but the letter pretty much says here, Dear General Manager Suds of Nexus, I love your Nexus team, by the way. They're a great team. They're a complete team. They play hard for 60 minutes. They play two-way hockey. They're unselfish. They're not about the eyes. They're about the we's. I currently play on a team that I don't like. I'm very unhappy there. Is there any way I can play for your team? Signed sincerely, Martin Erat.
Yeah, I think Nexus GM Subs might have written that.
Well, let me tell you, Martin, I love you as a player. Love to have an NHL player on our team. But you know what? We play a 200-feet game. You play a 140-feet game. So unfortunately, we have no spot for you. But tell you what, I'll pass him on to Extra Strategy. Maybe they can use you next season as well.
Hey, we'll take him. Yes, right. We got
Extra
that.
Strategy, 140. Martin Erat, 140 as well too. That's my email step in the way. Now the email to Jason Sticker. Dear Jason, I saw you won your championship last night actually. Tournament last night. Congratulations on being a champion for the first time ever. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so envious. Maybe I can win one for exchange sometime. Signed sincerely. Is that right? Braden Holtby.
Braden Holtby.
Thoughts to Braden Holtby.
Dear Braden Holtby, I too have recently experienced the joy of winning a championship. And I can tell you it's everything that you think it would be. Unfortunately, though, you play for a team that will never reach that potential. My advice to you is to get traded to a more dominant team who has a recent history of success. Please, I will pass your name along to Captain Jessica N. of Exit Strategy, and we'll put you in that and I'll come out and play forward. Sincerely, Jason Stitchen.
Braden, if you thought you had no help on defense, wait with Exit Strategy. You're going to have zero help on defense. The Caps are bad. Whoo! Play with Exit Strategy out there. You'll see the shot looking right out there. Anyway, that's our viewer mailbag segment we have out there. We're going to answer your emails once every week, one email for each person out there. So send your emails in, pour it into us. We'll answer the best we can out there. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. And we'll get the deal as well too. So now,
I would normally say, you know, hey, Braden Holtby, if you're really watching this, please don't beat me up. But I've seen your fight against Ray Emery, and I'm not worried. So.
Ooh, that's a left foot. I think I spelled too. All right, folks. When we come back, we're gonna look at the each different brackets: DCHL Cup Pro, DCHL Cup Rec, TGS Cup Pro, TGS Cup Rec brackets. We're gonna go out there, look at each bracket right now, the small view segment. When we come back, we'll give you our odds for those games and who we think is gonna win the actual DCHL Cup bracket and our upset potential pick as well to those brackets. Let's go look at the TGS Cup Rec bracket right now. See which 4 teams are playing. We'll come back with our picks. Back in 2. TGIS Cup Rec brackets. Number 1 seed in that bracket is the Scorpions, going to the number 4 seed, the Greenback Boogies.
Yep.
You and Andy and Nets, the rivalry resumes.
Yes, apparently we're rivals now.
Yeah, no, you know what? I call it rivalry as well too. So podcasting a rivalry out there. You know, game might be you can win if you guys play defense because they're not tough scoring.
You know,
and I'm sorry, I'll say this: Scorpions as well as 2 teams. I personally feel, and I mentioned this earlier in earlier games. I would name 1 or 2 teams that are not mentally tough in the rec division. Scorpions are not a mentally tough team. Adversity gets to it pretty quickly. They tend to go on tilt, tend to lose focus. And if you guys can go on tilt, you guys win this game.
Well, you know what? I'm very excited for this game. And I know Brian Smalley of the Scorpions is also very excited for this game. But let me provide some perspective for the viewers out there who might be sleeping on Greenback Boogies. Greenback Boogies have had a very tough stretch of the last 3 weeks. We faced 2 Jacks No Coke. They have the number 2 seed 3 weeks ago. And then back-to-back we faced Babylon Warriors, the number 1 seed. So I mean, that's a very tough stretch for any team, let alone a brand new free agent expansion team. So I think if you look at just a recent, spat of games, you might be sleeping on the Greenback split. We're a very good team, I feel. We definitely have the offense. We have 2 All-Stars, Andrew Kramer, Daniel Ruberg, and we're shoring things up defensively. So, and our 1 win in the regular season was against the Scorpions in a shootout.
That is right.
We had the Scorpions in the 3rd. They scored a couple.
Late.
Yeah.
Tie the game, right?
No. We were ahead. The Scorpions battled back.
Okay, right.
You tried to say that I gave the game away. I say they battled back. And it went to a shootout, and then Greenback Boogies being victorious in that shootout.
Sure, but you have to score. Did you score late to tie the game up, though? You have to score late to tie the game up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You were short-handed.
Yeah, they battled back. Yes. Yeah, they were ahead. We pulled the goalie and we scored with like 5 seconds left. Yeah. Great game. 2 very evenly matched teams. I'm very excited for this matchup. Very excited to go against Andy and Nat. Andy, who's had a phenomenal season. Really.
Yes, all-star season.
And in the DCHL. So
he's an all-star this season.
This is going to be a great matchup. I think it's worthy of future game sets.
We'll see what happens with the schedule until we're freeing up in Germany. This is the 1 team that I think you guys can beat because their offense is inconsistent. The teams that worry when you play against you guys is a team that score goals. The Scorpions, besides Brian Smalley, don't have guys who score goals consistently. I think you guys match up well against them. You don't have good enough defense. You have the offense to score on them. They don't have the offense to score your defense back there. So this is a game that you guys can win, I think, personally.
Right,
and you get a lead and play tough. again, there are a couple of teams in rec, probably 3 teams in rec that question their mental fortitude. Scorpions are one.
Well, I mean, you all know my pick, Greenback Boogies. Who's your pick?
At that game, you know what? I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna pick an upset special.
You're a neutral observer.
I'm a neutral observer this game. Todd, any pick of that game? Boogies against the Scorpions.
I'll pick the Scorpions.
There you go. So you can predict the favorite here, Scorpions. Probably last about 1.5 or so, maybe 2. So
I'll say this about the Scorpions: they are 1 or 2 players away.
That's correct.
Being really.
Yes, that's a very good point. Yeah, it's funny how it's like the NFL. You get 2 old players next season, you're top of the world. You lose those 2 players, you go bottom.
And I don't like playing against them.
Yes.
Because they are. I mean, the thing about them is they have a constant motor.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always hustling. They're always playing hard.
Absolutely.
A team like that's always dangerous.
There you go.
Because all you got to do is get something to bounce your way.
Exactly.
And you're in business.
That's the other game in the bracket, the 2-3 seed game, features Less Than Thrill against the Street Sharks.
Yeah.
Overall. Game, 2 teams are probably evenly matched. A game at the end of the season, they had the same matchup with the L2T beat the Street Sharks in that game overall. So it's a rematch of the season finale overall. Your thoughts on the game?
I'm picking the Street Sharks. I'm going to say it right now. I'm picking the Street Sharks.
Okay.
Again, you mentioned that these are 2 very evenly matched teams. L2T, I believe that's Krill. He's very good.
Krill and Chris Winkler.
Yeah.
And David Kramer. And these guys just score goals, obviously, so yes.
Absolutely. But, I mean, if we're going to call it an upset pick, I'll pick the I'll pick the Street Sharks. I will not pick the Scorpions.
I think L2T's got a better back end, but their offense is sometimes consistent. Street Sharks, their offense is inconsistent all the time, but I think the better back end wins here. I mean, I'm going to take the L2T. Ken has played well for him.
Yeah, he's played well. I personally, I think the Street Sharks have the better tempo. I do.
Okay.
I like Jeff. I like Jeff.
When I say back end, I mean defense plus everything combined. So I think they're better back end. But we'll see what happens. It's a good game out there. A 2-3 seed game will be there as well too. That's the TGI's Cup rec bracket.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say, the one last thing I'll say about that is Street Sharks have to keep their head in the game, and they can't let a couple penalties or a couple bad calls, get them down. So if something doesn't go their way, they need to just plug on and keep at it.
Yeah, and we talked about 2-3 teams, and unfortunately, and Todd was there, what I mentioned earlier, after the Babylon Warriors were the 3 teams that when things go wrong, adversity hits, I question mental fortitude. They've gotten better this season. I give Warriors credit there as well. They got a lot better, more solid there. The 2 teams are the Warriors on top. Number 1, obviously, we said earlier, was Scorpions, and the other thing, Street Sharks. I love the Street Sharks' passion. But let me tell you what, when things go off, when the referees don't get the call their way, or a player thinks he gets hit or something like that, or a goal doesn't get called, the Sharks mentally explode. They are not a mentally tough team. And it's up to the leadership out there to get them tougher, focus on the game, stop focusing on the minor stuff that's not important out there. The Sharks do lose that focus out there. They're a good point out there. So hopefully they'll stay focused. They stay focused. They're a good grinding team. They'll do well. But will they stay focused? We'll find out.
Well, the Sharks keep telling me that they want to go against me in net again. So I mean, I think that they have an incentive. If they win, and if Greenback Boogies beat the Scorpions, then Street Sharks and Greenback Boogies meet again. So bring it on, guys.
There you go. Upset in this bracket. Is there a team that upset here?
Again,
I want to see 2, 3, or 4 upset here.
Again, I picked Street Sharks.
Okay. I think I think Scorpions are right for an upset. I really do think they're right for an upset. I think L2T can win this bracket. So my pick to win this bracket would be L2T. Okay. That's my upset pick as well too. Now let's go to the TGI's Cup Pro bracket. Before we go there, let's look at what 4 teams are playing there. I want the mic to go. Let's go to the videotape right now. We'll come back, and after we see the videotape, that's in the bracket for you as well too. Back in 2 and 2, guys.
I'm lost in the deep cloud
You saw there the TJS Cup Pro Bracket.
Yep.
Teams that are playing after a small video set before you as well too. Number 1 seed, Snake Eyes. Probably disappointed they lost last week.
Yeah.
Tough loss, but they're a good team. Now they have a chance to win the trophy, chance to win the TJS Cup trophy, the pro side. They go against the Untouchables. Is the slam dunk game for the Untouchables? For the Snake Eyes?
I wouldn't say slam dunk necessarily. Snake Eyes are definitely favored, I think. But if the Untouchables played the way they played against the Puck Buddies, you know, they played very tough against the Puck Buddies. Again, as I mentioned earlier, score doesn't accurately reflect that. Untouchables came to play in that game. If they continue to do if they continue to do the things they were doing in that game, I think they have a good shot at Snake Eyes. I really do.
Snake Eyes are always a team that play up or down their opponent's level. So you sort of see them showing up maybe in a down mode, some to score goals. If that happens, I'm possibly upset here. I think this game is going to be closer than people think it is. I think it's going to be a closer game. And the matchup, actually, is a good matchup for these Untouchables. So I think, I wouldn't call it an upset, but I'd be interested in this game, see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 2-3 game in this bracket would be Blood Red going against 5 Major. Okay? Blood Red had a kind of a slightly disappointing season overall. They have the offense, and they're going against a 5 Major team if they always short on players in general. Could this be an upset for 5 Majors?
It could be. I mean, again, I don't mean to, you know, I don't mean to not make a decision here, but again, I think these teams are very closely matched, you know, closer than their seedings would indicate. So,
you may call me an apologist for my Major. I picked them twice this season. I'm gonna go and pick them one more time for the belt. They burned cash 2 times in a row. They're gonna probably try to burn cash a 3rd time. It's a beat.
bro.
5 Major 3rd time to beat Blood Red. That's my upset pick. 5 Major to beat Blood Red.
They have a good shot. I mean, they scored 5 on Funkmaster.
Yes. If they have a decent roster,
and that's very hard to do against a goalie like Jen.
Exactly.
So I mean, that could happen. That could happen.
That's my pick. 5 Major or Blood Red here.
I mean, if you're gonna force me to pick an upset pick, you know, I'm gonna put all my chips in the pot. Untouchables.
Wow.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Untouchables over Snake Eyes. Don't let me down. I love the Snake Eyes because most of them play on my Thursday team at JCC, so I love you guys to death. But I mean, he really peer pressured me into it. So I'm gonna put all my chips in the pot. Untouchables over Snake Eyes.
To win the game, not to win the bracket.
Yeah, no, just to win the game.
Who can win the bracket?
Let's not get crazy here.
Okay,
let's not.
Who wins this bracket? Who wins this bracket?
Who wins this bracket?
What are you thinking about that?
Ducks? No, I'm sorry, not Ducks.
Snake Eyes?
No, because I'm thinking Snake Eyes lose. I don't know.
Here's where I flip flop here. Okay, I have
2.5 get us in.
Either Blood Red loses the first round, or they win the entire bracket. It's all in on Blood Red. They win the bracket, or they lose the first round. That's my pick.
Okay.
So
I can't disagree.
Number 2 seed.
I can't disagree with that.
Any opinions of that game, Todd? Pro Division, TGI's Cup Pro, Blood Red, Untouchables, Snake Eyes, and 5 Major.
I'm gonna pick the Snake Eyes to win.
Okay, the higher seed. Okay, got it.
To win
TGI's Cup.
the cup.
Okay, pro side. There you go. That's Todd's pick as well too. Now we'll go out again with the videotape again for the DCHL Cup Rec Bracket, a bracket that both Todd seems very interested in. Actually, he's in that bracket. DCHL Cup Rec Bracket. Then we'll come back next. So DCHL Cup Rec Bracket. Let's see who's playing in that bracket. Come back, give you our analysis and our pick as well too. Back in 2 and 2.
I've been searching for a
there you go. The 4 teams playing the DCHL Cup bracket. Let's start with the game that everybody's here. Todd Bascom plays the Babylon Warriors. The 1-4 seed game we talked about earlier in great detail. Todd gave you an analysis we thought they need to do to win the game and what they need to do on their side to help prevent the Scabs from scoring. Jason, your thoughts on this game?
No, I'm not going to go too much into it because, again, we spent a great deal of time on it earlier. As far as my pick, I still think the Warriors are the favorites. I really do. I mean, they're the #1 seed for a reason, and they're playing very, very good hockey. So.
I can say it now because I've already got my drinks, I've already got my food. It can't be poisoned anymore, so my upset pick is going to be the Scabs to beat the Babylon Warriors. Todd's here, saying he's shaking his head right now. My upset pick, Scabs. If I had to pick one team, 4 seed, I think the Scabs can do it. Scabs over the Warriors. My upset special this week overall. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I think John may be the difference maker. John's on his game. He could be a difference maker.
When is John out?
Well, he's got to be really on his game. Really on his game out there. I can see them winning 3-1, 3-2. Personally here, so that's my pick. My upset pick here as well too. Todd, any comments on that?
No.
Is that possible?
Was what possible?
Is that possible? The Scabs, the Warriors?
Sure, it's possible.
Okay.
I mean, they're a good team. There's, you know, absolutely no reason it couldn't happen. We played a real tough game.
Shootout.
Yeah. You know, we have to be our best to win it. That's really what it comes down to. That's the question. Are we going to be our best?
You have to score early on the Scabs.
Yeah.
Because I think the Scabs are a team that if they get goals early, they get goals in bunches. So, but if they don't get goals early, they get more confidence. So the offense has to click. They click early, get a lead, and keep scoring more. I think one thing to talk about is the Warriors don't blow teams out. They may get a 1 or 2 goal lead. It stays to either 1 or 2 goal lead. You've blown teams out recently. Last couple of games you have done that, actually.
The last couple of games they've gone and get.
Yeah, well, it was the Green Bay Hokies.
Again, let's put things into perspective, folks.
So, what do you think? What do you think is it a mental thing for the team not to be able to blow teams out or score early and often put them away? Okay.
No, there are hockey reasons for it.
Okay.
Which I won't discuss.
There you go.
Which my team knows because they've heard me say it.
Okay.
And since I've said those things, we've blown teams out.
Got it. Okay. So you made the adjustment already. What do you make the adjustment?
You know, so there are hockey reasons for it.
Got it. So you got ties already.
And that I saw, you know, sitting back in the net, that, you know, that had us make sure we kept the team sticking around and sticking around. There were just straight hockey reasons for it, things that you learn. One of the things that I can say that I have said is there aren't a lot of guys and girls on that team that have actual hockey experience.
Okay.
So there's little hockey things that you learn when you're learning the game that a lot of people on our team may not be aware of.
Got it.
And so when you start to point those things out, you see it. So I think if we stick to remembering that stuff, we can very easily blow the Scabs out.
Should we see him out there?
I mean, we could. You know, I don't expect that to happen, no matter how well we play. I still expect it to be close. That's just what they are. They're a good, hard team to beat.
Question now, I'm not in the locker room, obviously. I'm not in the locker room. But I've referenced most of the games, not all the games. I don't refer to the red games this time around. From an outsider point of view, to me it seems that when something goes wrong, I feel this, oh my God, not panic, but afraid to lose mentality. Am I wrong or right? Am I reading the wrong body language? When you get close, I see this almost like they pull the stick a little more tightly. They're like, how are we going to lose this game instead of how are we going to win this game mentality. Am I wrong? I see that in the players' eyes. Am I wrong or am I right? Tell me.
I don't know. I mean, I think some of that is a function of
hockey experience, right?
Hockey experience.
Okay.
You know, there are some very, very fundamental things that we need to do better.
Okay.
And the thing is, we have people with the skill to do it.
Okay.
That's that.
And one last question before I'll let you go next segment out there is, if you guys do win this bracket, you will have the opportunity to go pro. The only caveat is, unless you don't meet the top 8 qualifying to the count overall. It's not necessarily guaranteed to go pro. You will get a first chance to go pro. But if 8 other teams are better than you guys are, you're going to get there. Do you think, what you've seen so far, You probably lose Kelly if you go pro. Kelly will be gone. You also lose Wendy if you go pro. Kelly, 2 big losses out there as well too. Can you guys stay competitive in pro? And if you do go pro, can you stay up in pro?
Right away, I don't see a lot of success.
Okay.
Just being around a lot of the, playing in the X division, playing with a lot of the pro players. I kind of see. I think we have more scoring than the Untouchables, but I see a similar thing. A team plays real good defense, but going to have a hard time dealing with the skill level of some of the teams. Especially when you throw guys like Jake and Ryan into guys that play on the Puck Buddies. You throw guys like them into the mix. Luke from the Ducks. It'll be very difficult to deal with for some players on that team.
So would you be content with the kind of big fish, little pond mentality of would you prefer to stay in rec? Do you think?
Well, I mean, in all likelihood, I'm not going to be on that team next season anyway. So, I mean, I don't know, I don't know what their feeling is going to be. If I were making the decision and I was told I could go or stay, I'd probably want to stay. Just because there needs to be some more player development, I think. Like I said, those fundamental hockey things.
Exactly. And you can point out this 1-2 times the fact that the big difference between pro and rec, if you don't know that, in rec, there aren't that many sharpshooters. In pro, you have a tons of sharpshooters and skills out there. I mean, let me give you an example. 500 major goalie, great goalie, had like 3 or 4 straight shutouts in rec to go to Clark. Okay, they only have like 5-6 goals the entire season. Got promoted to pro. He's getting lit up like a Christmas tree in pro because they have so many shooters in pro.
And what happened?
It's
not even just the shooters. It's not so much shots. It's the skill level.
Exactly.
And so
it's
you don't mind. John Roms is a guy who'll probably tell you he doesn't mind. He'll probably tell you he doesn't mind seeing a lot of shots. That's not a big deal. It's where the shots are coming from that are the big deal. Where it's all breakaways, all odd man rushes. It's all tap-ins on rebounds. You don't see that in rec like you'll see it in pro. Those they're gonna go hard to the net. They're gonna get. I mean, I've seen Jake run through 10 feet.
Yes. Jake's special. Yes.
And he's not the only one. There's lots of players in that. There's
Mike Johnson.
There's female players in there that will do it.
Yes, exactly.
So it's no matter how good a goaltender you are, if your save percentage is 80% and you're facing nothing but breakaways, and I'd say you're doing pretty well.
Exactly.
Good.
I agree with you. I think the Warriors can score some goals. More than Untouchables can. I think that defense will be tested severely in pro, and who the goaltender is going to be next year is going to test as well too. So I think guys, maybe a game or two, you got to win. You're going to be a winning team. You got probably be 7 to 8 slot spot against well too. That's my personal.
Yeah, I would say there are teams there that we could compete with. I think, but when you get to the top end of it, I would say it would be a very hard sell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, good luck to you in the playoffs.
Thank you.
As the Warriors go against the Scabs, and Vegas upset pick as the Scabs to win that game. Take the pick there. Do you have an upset pick there, or you take the stick? If there was an upset, who would you put in the bracket? Actually,
in the bracket, I think 2 Jackson Cove. I would.
That's my non-upset pick, by the way. I'm sorry.
To win the bracket, 2 Jackson.
Let me go and say that. My pick for the game was the Scabs. The bracket pick is still 2 Jackson Cook for me as well too.
Okay.
My bracket pick is 2. I've taken the number 2 seed so far in all 3 brackets so far. 2 Jackson Cook is my upset pick as well too.
Well, 2 Jack's a very good team. All season they've been operating with a short bench. I don't know. I don't want to think about them having a full bench. I really don't want to
with
think
Jen
about
Paul
that.
back, she's hurt. ACL surgery was postponed because there was a snafu with the doctor, so she had surgery this week with the
I
doctor.
don't even know. I think that's all a ploy. It's a ploy to get sympathy. Her ACL's not really torn.
She actually played and hurt herself again actually on Saturday. She tweaked her knee again on Saturday in the NHL tournament out there. She was actually playing.
Whatever. Put some icy hot on it.
Icy hot on it. But again, I think 2 Jackson Cook is the more they have more offense. If their players show up, I think they have a chance to beat. I mean, I believe me, if the Warriors advance, that would be a great game. Two Jacks against the Warriors would be a great game.
Right. Absolutely. But again, is it the same mentality as the big fish, small pond? Will two Jacks want to promote to pro?
Yeah, another question. And then if they have the talent out there. Now, we talk about two Jacks. We haven't talked about opponents yet. The Musassans, who've been on a tear. I mean, let's give them credit. They've been on a tear, and Vegas Suns has trashed them. Well, not trashed them. Said I questioned the back end, but they got like two shots in a row, or they had two or three great defensive games. But who's back in net? They won those games.
Exactly. They've had
very well.
Subs in net.
Yes.
I subbed for them against the Warriors and took it to a shootout and ended up tying.
Exactly. So I mean, it just shows you that maybe the Musassans have a better defense than I thought overall. They had shut out last week. They shut out the Street Sharks. Right, the Street Sharks? No, so they shot the L2T actually. I wouldn't sell the Musassans short. They're playing
I wouldn't sell them short.
We have Chris Thorpe, anything can happen.
Yeah, well, that's true too. And whenever you have a crime-fighting superhero and a former president on your roster,
it's Chris Thorpe, it's Batman and Abe Lincoln overall. So the Musassans, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's four equally matched teams. It's a great bracket, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can pick any of the four teams to make a run. I think Scabs winning one game, two games probably not. Back to the Musassans making a run. I see the two Jacks are and the Battle Warriors are #1 seed. They haven't lost a game in regulation.
Yeah.
The Warriors haven't. So it should be a great. No matter who wins, it should be a great final.
Yeah, well, I think all across the board, all these playoff games, moving into next week are going to be very exciting. I don't know what the future game lineup is. I don't know what I'm going to be filling in or anything like that, but all of them are going to be great. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great.
Now we go out with the final bracket. It's the big one. The DCHL Cup Pro bracket. Let's see who's playing. Let's see what the matchups are. We'll come back in 2 and 2 and give you our thoughts and picks. DCHL Cup Pro bracket for the winner for the fall season as well too. #1 seed, Puck Buddies, in the last game of the night. After a long travel for the ladies to play those both teams out of the women's tournament in Philadelphia, it's going to be Puck Buddies against the Ducks.
Yeah.
And what should be a slam man, thank you man game. Your thoughts, thank you.
Tough matchup for the Ducks, to put it lightly. Tough matchup, but I'm sticking to my guns. I said weeks ago Ducks were my pick for the pro. I'm going to stick to it. Ducks, don't let me down.
Let me tell you what, Ducks can win this game in a heartbeat. Ducks are a very talented team out there. If the Puck Buddies don't get their A game, or the Ducks are they're off of their game, And if Sean Roddick cannot give up goals the first minute like he always does, their puck will be tough. That's to win this game. Don't get me wrong. They're a very tough team, well-deserved team as well too. But the puck buddies that actually the last couple weeks show up, this cup belongs to puck buddies again. I'm picking number 1 seed in this division. I think puck buddies win the cup.
Puck buddies playing very, very good hockey.
Yes, they are.
And Jake Berube commented to me how he was hungover yesterday. He didn't look hungover at all. He was still scoring goals. He was still scoring goals, and he was still doing his thing. So I'd hate to see a sober Jake Berube.
I like Jake's mustache. You like Jake's mustache?
I don't. It gives me nightmares. I've told him that. So it's not
I've got the puck buddies moving on, and it's rushing to be a great game. And the other game, I know that other game is definitely a future game. It's the All Blacks, the Funkmaster Redux. Two blue-collar teams going at it. Like Steelers and Ravens. I call it the black and blue division. Okay. The AFC North. Steelers and Ravens.
That used to be the NFC North.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Is it NFC North?
It used to be.
Really?
Yeah. Lions, Bears.
Oh yeah. The real blue-collar teams are on the AFC North now. Ravens and Steelers. We got the All Blacks and Funkmasters. Jenna and Net. I believe she'll be in net this week. Great game. This could be a great game. And this time around, I believe Mike Johnson's going to be there.
Oh.
So Mike Johnson's going to be there. Brad Abel's going to be there.
Okay.
Nick Moty's going to be there. They should have the full roster here. This is a game that I would pay to watch. What's going to happen here? By the way, I hate for the officials. The officials are probably going to be in Andy. It's going to be a nightmare game for us to officiate. But your thoughts on this game? You probably agree to take the game upstairs. Your thoughts on this game and the matchup and what we'll see?
I will never bet against Jenna in that. So my pick is Funkmaster. And I know that's kind of an upset because All Blacks are very good, but my pick's Funkmaster.
You know what? This is a very tough game. A tough game for me to pick out there. But you know what? I'm going to be upset here. I think if there's value in the All Blacks, I like the upset here. I think the All Blacks are motivated. Their team with Jamie Cook back there playing now defense. If they have Mike Johnson, Brad Abel, they play great defense. I would love to see their defense go against Keith and Nick. It's strength versus strength. Their defense, they're going against the Funkmaster strength. And then of course, it's a great overall matchup. Offense. It's like a BC style game. It's a great matchup to watch out there. I'm going to pick the upset. I will go and take the All Blacks to beat the Funkmaster Redux. Either way, one of these two teams will play for the cup.
It's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a great match as well, too, overall. Any upset in the bracket overall? I mean, I'm already on the record. I'm picking the Puck Buddies. I'm picking the number 1 seed here. I think the Puck Buddies will win the championship again. And we'll be champions.
Well, you already know my upset. I mean, I'm picking Ducks go away. Duck Dynasty.
And I think Todd had a slightly. Do we have a friendly wager online? Would you pick All Blacks?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're All Blacks. So if the All Blacks win, I buy you a drink, and if the Puck Buddies or Fuck win, you buy me a drink. Correct?
Right.
We're on. Now
I didn't get to pick 2 teams, and he gets.
Well, that was his offer.
No, I'm saying
that was his offer.
I picked the All Blacks to win.
Okay.
To win.
That was his offer.
Okay.
I mean, I want to go ahead.
I'm taking them against the field.
I will take Puck Buddies against the field out there. You would take the Ducks. No one's picked Funkmasters. Go. Keith's got the Bobo pick there now. Bobo would have a keeper. No one picks us. That's what he's going to say now. All 3 guys pick against Funkmasters Redux.
Again, I love Funkmaster. I think they're a great team. And Jenna and Net is tough to pick against, but again, I made the call at like week 4 with the Ducks, and I'm going to stick to that. Okay.
Well, week 4
no one will ever tell me that I go back to my word. Okay.
I did pick against the Puck Buddies in the week 4, but now
this guy.
Better and better. No, you have to reevaluate where you are. Each week, stock changes.
It's a reevaluation.
Upper stock. I'm going to talk about Puck Buddies.
His stance is evolving.
They're my pick overall too. Before we go to our last segment, the exhibition playoffs. Okay,
yes.
Overall, let's go with as well. So number 1 seed, number 4 seed, Extra Strategy, Extra Force, Nexus against Dead Sexy. Your pick to win the to get the championship.
Extra Strategy
against
everyone.
Against you gotta play against somebody. Will be Dead Sexy with Nexus.
It'll be Nexus. I think it'll be Nexus.
I would.
Let me amend that. If Dead Sexy has the full roster, I'm picking Dead Sexy. But if Dead Sexy does not have the full roster, I'm
makes no difference.
Well, that's what you say.
You know what? I would love to see.
It doesn't matter. All comers come at us.
I would love to see Extra Strategy and Nexus. It'd be a fun game to watch. And you know what? it'd be great hockey to watch in general.
Yeah.
I think we all win watching that game and playing that game overall. So I hope to see that. But either way, it'd be a fun watch. I'm going to obviously pick my pick. I think next is the most complete team. I think they win this cup. Now, that saying, if this strategy comes out, score a lot of goals early on, it could be a blowout. So I mean, I think easily, you guys can win the cup as well too. So those are my top 2 picks overall. But there you go. Exhibition games next week as well too. One last break. We have a season concluding right now.
Yeah.
That means let's see who's starting next season in about 3 or 4 weeks out there. Let's take a quick look at the 2014 winter season coming very shortly here. If you haven't signed up yet, please sign up now. If you want to play 2 or 3 times, email me. New teams coming in, people moving around. It's always a fun part. It's off season. You know, we have player moving around as well too. So if you want to get in and play for more than one team, email me. It starts on January the 5th. Let's see what we'll video about that. When we come back, we'll have a last second of the day. We're back in 2 and 2.
All I am is a man. I want the world in my hands. I hate the beach, but I stand in California with my toes in the sand. Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Head in the clouds above my gravity centered. Touch my neck and I'll touch yours. You and those little high-waisted shorts. Oh, she knows what I think about and what I think about. One love, 2 mouths. One love, 1 house. No shirt, no blouse, just us. You find out nothing that we don't wanna tell you about. No, 'cause it's too cold for you here and now. So let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater. It's too cold for you now. Let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater. It's too cold. It's too cold to handle a sweater.
And there you go. Hockey ending right now in 2013, but it starts again the first Sunday in January 2014 with our winter season with probably 2 more teams coming in, maybe 2 more, maybe 22 teams. How's it going to work out? We don't know yet. Still in the works right now. But let's see how it all plays out. I don't want to give too many answers away. Before we end our show, one more segment, do a real quick PTI segment here. Since next weekend we have the women's travel team, the first ladies in Philadelphia for the Holiday Bash. We thought we'd do a little quick segment and ask Jason, myself, maybe Todd can jump in if he wants to as well, 2 Todd's here. Talk about if we were starting a franchise, a brand new expansion franchise, we'd pick any female player in these 3 categories. Who would you pick? First category, franchise player for female. This could be a superstar player. Who would you pick, Jason?
Carry on.
Carrie Paulson.
Carry Paulson.
And obviously, great scorer, great speed player.
And scored. Got a good hard shot in the tournament yesterday against the First Lady. Surprised me a couple times with the shot off the face-off. Thankfully, I was in the right position to stop it, but if I was just a half an inch or 6 inches off, it would have went in.
Good selection. She's going to be our Kenny Lana winner. She'll be our top female scorer of the season. Great selection. No argument there. I'm going to pick a different player because I want to just be different in just general overall. I'll still take Lucy Myers. You know, I mean, I was sticking great other players, but Lucy is probably the next most complete scorer we have on our league, or player in our league out there. Low center of gravity, plays very hard, plays 2-way game, a bulldog mentality.
Scary low center of gravity.
Bulldog mentality. Bulldog mentality. And got great personality. She plays hard. What I love about Lucy is not her talent level, but her attitude.
Yeah.
She works hard, never complains, never bitches and moans, never argues a call, plays the game hard. I love that in a player. Love that. So she'd be my franchise player. You have one in mind, Todd?
I would say Lucy too.
Lucy,
and it's razor thin over Kerry.
Okay, there you go. So the same selection here, Lucy and Kerry.
I think Kerry's a little more skilled, like pure skill.
Okay.
But the thing about about Lucy that I remember playing against her, she doesn't stop.
Never. Yeah.
She's the Energizer Bunny of.
She has one gear.
She has one gear and it's full on go.
It's funny because I have the opposite impression, respectively. I think Lucy's more skilled. She's more skilled. Carrie's the one that's got the edge. I have the opposite mentality, but either way.
I haven't played against Kerry a whole lot.
Okay.
I played with her at one time. I subbed for the Pug Buddies, but I just playing against Lucy a lot more. You know, she doesn't have the hardest shot.
No.
She doesn't have, she doesn't handle it as great as them, but she's always where she needs to be.
Hockey sense, yes.
Yeah.
And she's played lacrosse. She played lacrosse before.
Oh, that helps.
That helps a lot too.
Yeah.
So that helps with that. So he picks Lucy as well too. I think Lucy, you pick Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie number 2, defense woman. Defense woman. Who would you pick as your woman defenseman on your team, building a team from scratch?
Tracy Baxter, without a shadow of a doubt.
The Ducks.
Shadow of a doubt, man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's very good defensively. Obviously, she plays goalie for the First Ladies, but as a defenseman, really, really love how she plays. So yeah, that would be.
Excellent. But you know what? About Tracy, she communicates.
Yeah.
I got a chance to play with her on Saturday out of necessity as a goalie. I love how she communicates, because I do in goals well too.
Yeah,
she explains things, and it's important whether she's a goalie or defense, she communicates.
Yeah.
And she plays
The
very
first
well.
word or two thrown in there.
Well, yeah, that's part of the game, but she means well. She understands the game very well too, and she's a leader as well too. So I like Tracy a lot. Great pick. You took Tracy at least with the hole here. I'm gonna pick her counterpart, Honey, who Ducks. Another player who plays very, very well. I'm gonna pick 3 or 4 players this spot, but she's Honey this
Cubs fan, so she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Well, it's positive, exactly. So I think Honey as well too. Any choice on your end for a defensive player?
I don't know enough about them to really say a lot about it. So,
just agree with my pick, and then you.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, all right.
Let's
what
go,
Jason said.
Let's go to grinders. These are players that are not scorers, that are not, at top level, but they're players, they're two-way players who are not afraid to get their hands dirty, get in the boards, hit the puck out. Not about glory, just about getting the job done overall. Who was your grinder you would choose in your team?
Kelly Kiernan.
Kelly Kiernan. Yes, Avalon Warrior Kelly Kiernan.
I played with Kelly for many seasons. She's played for 2 Jacksonville Coat. I played with her on Thursdays with the Zamboners at JCC. Very good player. She can score too. I mean, she scored on me when I subbed for the Moosasins in the shootout. So, and she's never let me live that down. No, so she can't score, but I love the way she plays, and she's. I mean, when you think of a grinder, I think of Kelly Kiernan.
And a grinder has to have certain goon-like qualities. Now, I'm saying, they have to be tough, physical. And Kelly can be a little dirty. She has to be, and you see that. Not intentionally, but she's learned from the best on how to play, edgy. So I love Kelly. She's a great pick as well too. My pick again is over the Ducks, and I saw her play yesterday. She was a total bulldog, color bulldog. I've got 2 players in mind, but I'm going to go with one. The other one's Barbara, Barb another bulldog player as well too. But for this particular game, I'm going to pick Renee. Okay. As well too. Renee, who had a great game. She threw a body around yesterday against the guys at board.
Yeah,
and she made them open their eyes. What's she doing? And she did not give up her space. She fought hard, legally, within the rules. She was very active physically. I was very impressed with her work ethic, and she hustled like hell.
She doesn't care, man. Peter Doe was like trying to do that Alex Ovechkin, tap the puck in the air with the stick, and then Carrie just bulldozed over and was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the puck out of our zone now, if that's okay with you. So no, and again, another person who can't score. I mean, she didn't score yesterday in the tournament, but she had 8 shots on me. She has a tendency to have a wide open look at me and then shoot wide, but I mean, she's gonna get one in on me one of these days. I'm looking forward to it all.
You're absolutely right. I think Kelly, Renee, and Barb, bulldog mentality. I call it bulldog mentality. You gotta be tough. Gotta go in the corners. They don't care about your size. Gotta fight for the ball, win it legally, come on, and hustle.
Also, Renee, the reason why referee sucks is not wearing a helmet because he's afraid for his life.
That's right. Overall, any on your end as your grinder?
I'm gonna say Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly is someone I might not want to run into in a dark alley.
Wow, there you go.
I mean, seriously, you can kind of look at her, and and see that. And I mean that in a very complimentary way.
Exactly. I know what you mean.
You know, she's...
Nothing but love when you're talking about someone who might
Yeah, no, I mean, she, you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of my favorite player of all time.
Adam Graves? Adam Graves, there you go.
She plays a very similar game to Graves.
Good point.
You know, Adam Graves was a mean guy when he needed to be, and he had a lot of skill around the net. That year the Rangers won the cup, I think he scored 53, 54
Yes, he was.
overall. I mean, he was just a bulldog in front of the net, and I see that Kelly kind of plays that way.
Yeah, Kelly, if you know Kelly, she's not mean off the floor. She's not even mean on the floor, but she plays.
It's like she
tough.
flips a switch.
Yeah, she plays hard. Exactly.
Yeah.
Not a great scorer, but a great two-way player. You want her penalty killing. You want her in the corners as fighting as well too. She can play forward if you need me as well too, so she'll grind it out. So great pick, I agree with that as well too. So a lot of first ladies there as well too. I want to wish the first ladies good luck on their tournament coming up in Philadelphia. Will be there as well too.
They're going to stop the competition. They've been playing very well. You know, in case anyone doesn't know, the past I want to say 3 weeks, they've been scrimmaging against the men, and it hasn't been a men's team. It's just basically whoever shows up, and it's been all-star players that have been showing up. And they've been playing very well. Week to week, they've improved on many things. They've improved their shots on goal. They've scored a couple goals over the last couple of weeks. I'm excited to watch them play. I'm excited to do the play-by-play and the commentary in Philadelphia. Disappointed that it has to be in Philadelphia of all towns, but whatever. You know, you take
extra life insurance,
what you can.
Extra health insurance.
Yeah.
You know, I make sure I raise my premium on my car insurance as well too. But before that, a couple of points about this one. One thing people are just like, people, even Andy as well too.
Yeah.
Our tournament teams aren't stacked. We are a rec league. Whoever wants to play in our tournament leagues, as long as they show up and go practice, they can play. We, unlike other tournament teams out there, we don't stack our teams. We don't say we want the best players only. That's why I love our team. We have who we have, and it's like getting in the morning, look at the refrigerator, saying, we've got this for breakfast. Do what we have. I love that mentality about our league out there. So never expect to stack our teams. We can always go and stack our teams. We don't do that. So I love what we have. What we have will do a great job. I think we need more offense and down the road sometime, but I love our defensive play. I love our grind game. I love our team.
First Lady is a very tight-knit group. You know, nothing but class.
Absolutely.
All across the board, nothing but class. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, you want that in a role.
Absolutely.
You definitely want that. So
point number 2 as well, too. I think the top 100% there. The first thing I've been going against stakes horses. You know, they've been playing against the men for the last 3 weeks against tougher competition. They're going to drop 2 or 3 class levels into lower level heavyweights now. When they put it other first things, they're going to drop in competition. So they've been tightened up. They've been hardened the battle test out there. It'll just get easy for them this particular weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy, you know, the women will not be as fast as Jake Ruby or Jake Smith or Peter Galina out there. So hopefully they'll find that the last 3 weeks have been good.
Games in a row,
yes.
And they hung the entire time.
That's
right.
right.
I mean, you know, I'm very impressed with the First Ladies play. I've expressed that to Molly. I've expressed that to several other players for First Ladies. All around a very solid team. I'm very excited for what they're going to do in Philly. And hopefully everyone makes it out alive without any snap rules in their attack.
There you go. Before we leave, we promised you, end the podcast, we're going to reveal to you who the mystery video sender is of this particular story that we had going lost out there. Any thoughts on this particular person is?
I know it's going to be a bad idea, whoever it is.
You don't want to give a guesstimation?
I have no idea. It's probably going to be something lame. It's probably going to be like Nexus.
I would just say I saw something that made me think.
There were clues online, so
yeah,
your guess who it's going to be?
Having to do with a cigar.
Cigar. So what does that make you think it's going to be?
You know, I think, you know, maybe Vegas Suds.
Vegas Suds.
I think it's going to be Nexus GM Suds.
Nexus GM Suds out there.
Wielding a chainsaw and the Jason Voorhees hockey mask.
Well, whoever this person is, he or she, they'll be there on December the 8th to explain what this is all about. But before we go,
in the library,
end the segment right now with a picture of the person to the videotape in. Here it is in 3, 2, 1. We'll see you on December the 8th. Have a good one.